Hey, 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 it is Friday, March 8th. Yeah, the third month of 2024. I am Brandon Blease, so this is Success Never Sleeps. What time is it? 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we gather. We gather as folks, as people. We're trying to figure out this thing called life. Very difficult when you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur. You don't punch in at 9 a.m., leave at 5 p.m. Somebody posted it the other day. I thought it was so cool. The team and your employees uh, do a certain amount of things in your business. The owner does everything nobody else wants to do, right? There's a lot of things we do that the average person would not want to deal with. I shared that story 2 weeks ago. One of the sewer pipes broke in the garage, and we had about that much. All our toilet, well, one of the main toilets backed up. We had poop water covering about 400 square feet of the back area of our school. Yeah, we did, and yours truly had to get in there and clean it up before we started classes, right? That Friday. And that's just what comes with it. I think successful people are just willing to do what unsuccessful people are not. And that includes being a lifelong learner. That includes doing the dirty work. That includes the risk that comes with it. I think a lot of people don't get that. They believe owning a business is glamorous and you lie on a beach and you drive a red Ferrari. That's simply not the case. We take a lot of risk being a small business owner. We do. We do. And so there's a lot of things that come with that I don't believe a lot of people get. And that's okay. But understand, if you're here, you're hanging out with us, you're talking with us, you are a business owner, you've chosen to do one of the most challenging things you possibly could do. But I wouldn't change it for the world. So as you come aboard, say hi. Let us know that you're here. James Walker, what's happening in Resilient Martial Arts from the snowy Rocky Mountains? Welcome, 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 sir. Conrad from the beautiful Southern California, Respect Martial Arts. From the snow to the beautiful sunny beaches of California. I want to thank my sponsors, of course. We have Tusaw, Market Muscles, My Studio, Kids Love Life Skills, and LC Accounting. People I love, people I trust, people that are doing amazing things and doing based upon really strong morals and core values. I'm proud. Market Muscles is coming out with version 4. So everybody's going to get a facelift to their website. Everybody's going to get it's set up where you're going to, when the spiders crawl, the algorithms crawl your website, you rank better. I mean, that's a constant. It's much like updates on your cell phone, right? If you're not making updates, and that's going to be a big, big part of we talk about today's show, how we have utilized social media to strategically scale to 1,000 students. How do you do that, right? And with the advent of social media, it's really become more imperative than ever. But I believe there's different strategies to help you understand that terrain better and how to negotiate that space. And of course, we have a lot of cool things coming up. First of all, It's Time Live Canada. My first time up to Canada. We only have 20 spots for the 4-day event. You can come for 2. Someone asked, can my team come? Yeah. It's really great for the owner of the business to stay for 4 days. That's why we only do 20 spots. Day 1 is training, how to teach better. That's the core product we deliver, martial arts instruction. If you're not doing that better every day, then you're going to fail. Day 2 is all business. Why? Because it's not martial arts, it's a martial arts business. So Sunday will be all business. Monday is you, personal development, all about you. Then 4, the 4th day is wealth building with Sam On and strategically taking what you've learned over 3 days and how to create actionable steps. Because I don't want to just make money. I want to save money. I want to invest money. I want to create passive income. All those things come into play. So the 4-day event is really well-rounded for that. But honestly, a team member, I think a team member's fine coming for just Saturday and Sunday so they get how to teach better, as well as they understand business, especially if they're your second and their purpose is to succeed you or profit share or partner up in a location. That business sense that comes with it, I think, is really important, because if they're getting paychecks every 2 weeks from you and they've never had to deal with the risk of running a small business, they have no idea what that's going to look like, right? When they have to walk out of their child's soccer game because they have to go deal with a challenge that needs to be dealt with right now, right? So again, I think signing up your people for the 2-day event is really, really smart. But again, we have limited spaces. So the link is there. Marco will put it there in the comments for It's Time Live Canada. And for people that love coming to see me here, they make it a yearly pilgrimage to come to San Francisco. We have It's Time Live Purpose. That one's going to be coming up November 9th through 12th. We haven't posted the landing page for that yet, but mark the date, put it on your calendars because it's a really important thing for you to be there. Cool. All right. So what are we talking about today? I spend a lot of time really understanding social media and how it behaves, and especially in the past year, working as a consultant for Kin Creative, used to be Dojo Launch. I've really learned the back end of that, how to write an ad, how to read insights, what's the value associated with it. And I think that's the huge misconception, is that most martial arts school owners don't get the education, that type of education. I was in the inner workings of a functioning digital media company, running Facebook ads, running Google ads, running YouTube ads, for clients for the past better part of a year now. So I understand it from that. And that was a very strategic action on my part, because if I'm going to share information with you, if I'm going to run my businesses better, right, and I'm going to advise Kin as an advisor, I need to know this stuff really well. No, really, really, really well. But Facebook ads, Google ads, now they're talking TikTok ads, right? All that's out there. But which one, with a limited budget, do you lean into? Well, I just got off a call with Adam, and he said, logically, I would start with Facebook ads. I said, well, why? Because people go to Google and they physically run an ad. They physically go to Google search for martial arts schools, right? Because that's intent marketing, but that takes a lot longer time. I didn't know you have to spend a certain amount of money and a certain amount of time before you qualify for running photo extensions. Because I think photo ads are a lot more exciting than the boring text that you could put into a Google ad, right? Okay. But with Facebook ads, your return is better right away in the first 3 months. The challenge with Facebook ads, we know, after 3 months, it starts to die. And that's why the burn and churn that a lot of digital media agencies experience, which they'll never talk to you about. They'll tell you about the one unicorn that's been with them since they've started and is still getting, 20 to 30 new leads a month. That's a unicorn. The majority of our industry, any digital media company you work with, the first 3 months, it's like, yay, you get all these new leads and stuff, and then boom, it tanks. And there's a number of reasons why, but I want you to hold that thought, okay? And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Who else do we have aboard here? I see, hey, thanks, morning, sir. We got, who else is aboard? Bob Poole, Gold Martial Arts. Courtney! Hey, Courtney, how's everything going at Zenith? At Zenith Martial Arts. Bob Poole from Gold Martial Arts. Who else is here? Please say hello. Say hello. I see Facebook user. You should always have your logo, your brand, your face there, because I don't know who you are. So that feels like, who is that? Who's that? Right? So as you come aboard, say hello, tell me who you are and where you are tuning in from. Cool? All right. So do you have a pen and paper out? I know you can go back and watch this later, right, at YouTube, which we're streaming live, as well as here at Facebook. But I'm going to tell you, folks, real time, the things that jump at you, that grab you by the throat and say hello, those are the things you're going to write down. Going back and watching this replay later while you're making dinner or you're doing something else will not be as impactful. So have pen and paper ready, and please take notes. Was that me who did that? Is there confetti and stuff? No? Oh, there you go. I like that. Say that? There you go. I just think that's kind of funny. So, most important, write this down. Trust is the last true form of marketing. Write it down. Trust is the last true form of marketing. And for me, that's very true. In a world of misinformation, in a world of deep fake now, in a world of all of that, right, where people are lazy and they use ChatGPT to write their blogs and they use AI generated stock photos and things of that nature, distrust on the internet, especially when it comes to marketing, is epidemic. I'm going to say it's epidemic. And that's why the burn and churn, you get results, then you don't. The return is so low, right? In the old days, if you get 1% return on your advertising dollar, that's really freaking good. Okay. It still stands true today. In my conversations with Adam in his coaching call today, it's like 99% of the people are not ready to buy. Okay. Write that down. 99% of the people aren't ready to buy. Because if I'm scrolling through a Facebook feed, just checking stuff out, I'm not there to buy martial arts. So I might see your ad once, twice, three, four, five, six, 7 times, right? So my suggestion today, and this is something those of you who run your own Facebook ads, whatever you might think, um, if 99% of the people aren't there to buy, I'm fundamentally trying to design ads and stuff to create an emotional connection with that 1% to get them to want to sign up for a trial or opt in as a lead. Okay. I say, why not focus on the 99% that aren't ready to buy by creating copy, by creating ads, videos that creates emotional connection. They always talk about you got to warm up your audience. You'll hear that a lot. That's why when you go into running Facebook ads, is this an awareness campaign? You want to drive more stuff to your website, blah, 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 blah. And an awareness campaign, especially when 99% of the people don't know you, is powerful. For you to tell a story without a CTA, which is a call to action, without click here now and sign up for a trial class, but you just fundamentally start sharing your story, right? You're trying to create that connection with people. You do that repeatedly, the potential of that 99% eventually getting eyes on you is pretty high. You follow me? But if I open up that relationship with $19.99 for 3 classes and a uniform, I'm probably dead in the water before I've even begun because they're not there to buy, right? They're not there to buy. So I'm strategically thinking about that now. All right. So trust is the last true form of marketing. So how do I earn trust? Anybody know? How do you earn trust? Put it in there. And again, as you're coming aboard, say hello. Tell me who you are, where you're tuning in from. I love giving people shout outs, right? There's the shout outs. So how do you build trust? Anybody? Put it in. I don't make my own coffee, but I drink organic coffee. So much better for you. So much better for you. Testimonials. Okay. You can build trust through testimonials, right? Because that's somebody else tooting your horn. I agree with that. Testimonials are great. And that would be more authentic. Market Muscles recommended that, and we've done that. We have a reviews page now, physically, not just, a couple on the bottom of each landing page. We have an actual reviews page. And we're going to get into that. Marco's going to pull up my website in a little bit. So just hold that thought. Unless Marco can jump quickly to my reviews page and get me right back out. Let's see if we can challenge Marco. So testimonials is good, Conrad. What else? What else can we do to earn people's trust? Anybody? Okay, you keep them coming in there. And here we go. Okay, there you go. See, we have a reviews page, but look at the way it behaves. Can you tell which one's Google, which one's Facebook and all that? Yeah, scroll down. You can, right? We know the red stars are normally what? Yelp, right? I mean, so it's got that look and feel. I would go, that's up the big gold stars. Who's that? Google, right? I mean, I would go that far when you cultivate that, and keep scrolling down, Marco. So we're always adding more and more and more and more. You see that? Very important. Very, very important. Be authentic. Okay, that's a good one, Conrad. So if you don't have a reviews page set up at your website, please. And as you scroll through it, you'll see there's a place to opt in, and there's another place on the bottom of this page, Marco, where people can see our programs, right? Come on, Marco. There you go. There's the opt-in, more reviews, select a program. That's smart too, because you just don't want to have reviews. What if they get excited when they see a review and they want to opt in for more information, or they actually want to look at a program page? So that strategically needs to be there as well. Make sense? Makes sense. Thank you, Marco. You can take that one out. The way you build trust is with consistency. That's it. And I use this one. I use it all the time, and I'll use it again. I go to my favorite restaurant, order my favorite dish. They make it just the way I like. I go again. Second time, someone else is cooking. They don't make my favorite dish the way I like. I may give you a third chance. I go a third time, you don't make my favorite dish the way I like it. I don't trust you anymore. I don't go to your restaurant. It's the same thing here. So, how do you be consistent? What is your message? Right? Mine is live your best life. Conrad is respect. Marco is be successful. That message, you have to live, teach, and preach it. So for example, I posted one the other day. Here is a student living his best life, preparing for his black belt test. Okay, that's a simple post, but we're constantly mining that live your best life, live your best life. Because once you understand that why, you live, teach, and preach it. How many Nike commercials have you seen with just do it in the ad campaign? Many, 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 many times. And I think that saying has been around since the 70s or 80s. But again, that consistency of why people wear Nike, because they're doers, they're action takers, they just do it. When Apple had its second coming with Steve Jobs and they took off, their whole ad campaign was what? Think different. So if you're one of those thinkers, those disruptors, there was a time only musicians and artistic people were using Apple. And then it brought it into a bigger market when they got into iPhones and iPods, right? And then now we have iPads. So again, I find in our industry as a whole, nobody puts any time or effort into defining their brand. So you have to define your brand. What is your purpose? Writing a purpose statement, writing a purpose tagline, coming up with core values, writing brand absolutes to support it, right? All of that is part of your brand. And then once you know that brand, then you live, teach, and preach it through storytelling. And I got that straight out of Nike, you guys. I worked with a guy from Nike, I paid him $5,000 a month. And it was powerful. One of the first exercises we did, we took a bunch of Post-its, right, in his conference room. And we wrote down on every Post-it what made one martial arts: integrity, innovation, team, equality. We had all these things on a wall and all these Post-its. Then he said to me, you can only take 9 of them. What? I had to whittle it down to 9 core values. Then he said, you got to whittle it down to 3. Wow. And by the time it was so honed like a laser beam that we had to live by these core values. We write them into systems. It's in staff training. It's at our website. It's on our social media posts. It's at our Google business page, on and on and on. Because if we don't consistently live, teach, and preach that message, and we don't consistently live up to that brand promise, right? We have a promise we make to the community to help them live their best life. If we don't fulfill that, they don't trust us. You with me? But how can we even begin to consistently tell our message or tell our story if we don't even have a story to begin with? And you all do. You all have a very unique story and a very unique message. And the reason I'm so passionate about that, because if the only thing I'm selling you is we teach focus and discipline, then I, as a consumer, because everybody says that same song, we teach focus and discipline. The challenge with that for me is I, as the consumer, have no gauge on why I should buy from you versus the other person. Then it becomes down to just nuts and bolts. Who's cheaper and who's more convenient to get to? And that's not a long-term relationship at all. At all. Right? Imagine going to somebody you're dating. I date you because you're a cheap date and you're conveniently located. That relationship's over, right? It's the same thing here. You want to build relationships of value because that's really where you talk about the lifetime value of a student. We hear that all the time. What's the lifetime value of the average student in your school? And for most people, it's about $1,800, right? They stay a year, maybe. I want to raise that. I want to get that student value up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So in order to do that, I'm willing to mitigate that quick instant gratification, those leads who come to the door just because you have $19.99, or you use scarcity, only 20 spots, right? Or the first 10 people get glow in the dark nunchucks. Those type of tactics have always been around, and they'll continue to be around. Buy one, get one free. All those kind of tactics are always going to be there, but I don't believe for what I want to build in relationship with people that offer a longer term student value, I want to go about it that way. So trust is the last true form of marketing. You can only earn that trust by being consistent in your message, consistent in everything. You with me? All right. Who else is here, Marco? Who else? We got anybody else new coming aboard? If you come aboard and you're hanging out there, somebody said that today. I watch your show every week. I say, how come you never say hi? Oh, well, come on, say hello. We're here together in this thing, right? Try to figure this out. Stand up proud. Tell me who you are and tell me what you're tuning in from. So as you do that, do so. So we got that. Everybody got that. Trust is the last true form of marketing. And I earn trust through being consistent. I'm inconsistent because I have a clear brand, a clear purpose statement, clear core values, and I'm able to weave that through storytelling, through every fabric of my total social media existence, whether it's my website, my Google business page, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Snapchat, whatever you're using, just make sure it's consistent. And then, of course, when they come into your school, it better even be more consistent on the mat, in conversations, in hard, challenges you might face with parents and students, on and on and on. Who's the Facebook user? All I see is a silhouette. That's so weird. Who is that? Great stuff. All right, so nuts and bolts. Let's start with the website. Website. Okay. Take out your phone right now and Google. Well, I said it. I gave it away. Okay. Don't Google. Someone did that to me. It was Paul Halmy, and I thought it was brilliant at his seminar. He said, take out your phone and search for martial arts and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's going to Google, right? Hey, Dennis. So everybody is going to Google. That's the key I'm trying to make. Nobody's going to go to Dogpile or Safari or Yahoo, right? Search engines. The top stock alphabet, Google, that search engine is primary. So I find the key elements that exist in Google. Number one is your website, right? When they search for you. Number two is your Google business page. Those are the two predominant things, right? I'll search at Google for Brandon Beliso, and on my Facebook and all that other stuff pops up, LinkedIn and the whole 9 yards. But the website and your Google business page are at the top of all of that. Okay? It's at the top of all of that. So when I go to your website, I know people say they don't give a shit, about what sits above the fold. I think it matters. I know everybody will scroll right through it, but when the day's done, it does matter. So Marco, let's pull up my website really quickly. Start on the home page, please. And please, you better take notes. You're missing out. This is powerful. So let's go to the home page. Okay. So what is the first thing you see? What is the first thing you see? Anybody? Nobody? Come on. Live your best life. Thank you, Conrad. I live and die by my brand. And you know that. We're going to end this show. I'll say live your best life. I start the show. This is Brandon Beliso. Live your best life is my thing. So whether I'm working with a company, whether it's Kids Love Life Skills, whether it's everything we do. Now, so what sits above the fold is super important. Now with Market Muscles, I think it's pretty standard. It says reach your potential, at One Martial Arts, or reach your potential at Joe's Martial Arts. If you're going to put reach your freaking potential, why not at least put your brand? Be successful at Focus Martial Arts, right? Right? Oh, that's Jason. Engage your success. Now, you guys, I get confused sometimes. Engage your success at Focus Martial Arts. I like it. At least it's yours, right? So live your best life. Now, the other mistake somebody made the other night, they thought it was really slick. Their video plays right away. Now, it plays right away because this is a desktop. But if I have this on a cell phone and a video opens right away, it's distracting. It takes up, bandwidth and everything on my phone. That's why you see the little arrow with the circle in it. Because when it appears on my cell phone, I don't want a video to play right away. If the user wants to click on it, they can. I want that website to load quick and fast. And that's always been a bone of contingency. When your website isn't made properly, it loads really poorly. It loads really slowly, right? Because the algorithms are going, what the heck? Who made this crappy website? So it's really important And one of the reasons I choose to use Market Muscles is when you build a website from the back end, if it's Google friendly, coding wise and everything, those algorithms and the coding on the back going, yay, we like each other. It's what's called native, right? Write that down. Because if I have a picture I use at Facebook that's like this, and I use that same picture at Instagram, bad day. The fact that I respect Instagram, I know Instagram, and I make a 1x1 square, right? That Instagram likes, thumbs up. They love it, right? So it's the same thing here. I don't want to play videos on a cell phone. I want them to have that option at a website. We're not discussing reels or anything like that. Okay. You with me? So there you go. We have live your best life right up top. Scroll down a little bit, Marco. Opting in. I mean, that's important. You want them to be able to opt in because you do want to collect their lead. All right. You do. So that's got to be there. It's up in the right-hand corner. Request, information, access our schedule. It's there. Scroll down a little further. And this is important for branding. Welcome to One Martial Arts. Black, white, red is our thing, but I didn't want to make the whole site black and white today, right? So there's our one little timestamp on the homepage of who we are in depth. I felt that was very valuable. This is valuable real estate, right? Next, please. And of course, programs. They can select a program, right? The key thing is you guys use these pictures of big ass groups. Don't do that. This is going to be on your cell phone. So the picture should be compelling, engaging, and be mindful. It's on a cell phone. It's on a freaking cell phone. Okay? Keep scrolling. So all our programs are there, right? Then after you see the programs, wow, all these different programs, what happens next? The benefits, right? They want to know what's the benefits. The benefits are strategic on Steven's part, but I think what's more important is the way it's laid out, the way it's coded. You can even use a Google-friendly font. That's how refined this game is getting, right? That's getting. It can support you. Cool. Next. Testimonial. Now, we don't use a whole bunch here, but we do have testimonials because you want to have social proof. Social proof is important. Then the next one, the gallery, right? You need to have a gallery, people. Please have a gallery. You need a gallery at your website. All right. And then next is blogs, right? The blog. And if I ask you to Google right now, take out your phone, Google martial arts blogs. Google it and tell me what you see. I do this one all the time because it's just so painfully obvious. And people look at me like, oh, wow, right? Who's got the number one martial arts blog? Go. Help me quickly. God, the delay on this makes me crazy. I wish it could be like instant answers. Thank you, Marco. I do. I have the number one martial arts blog. Now, somebody was giving me crap. You're not talking about a choke out somebody or da-da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have cultivated this over years and years and years. It's not ChatGPT generated blogs. I write these blogs methodically, but more so than that, when the algorithms or the spiders, right, crawling my website, they see my blog, they go down the internet road. Brandon Beliso's got a TED Talk. Brandon Beliso's has a book or 2 books. Brandon Beliso has written 7 features for MA Success. Brandon Beliso does own these 2 martial arts schools, on and on. Do you think that helps me rank better? Yes. Stephen Reinstein has said it 1,000 times, right? Everybody would tell you that. You need to have a blog. What's challenging is when you simply bite somebody's article or some AI-generated blog and you slap it in a social media post, you slap it at your website. Google frowns on that because Google wants trust. Just because you bite somebody's blog, and people have bit my blog too. Can I borrow this? Sure, but that doesn't help you. Nor does it help you get in your reps. Write that down. I want you to get in your reps. You want to become a great storyteller? Get in your reps. Just like in the gym, just like when you train in martial arts, get in your reps. REPS, right? Reps. Get in those repetitions. I sucked at writing at one time, but I've always been a writer. I was a poet. I was a songwriter, right? I've been writing since, I was a kid. I like to write. I like to create something out of nothing. So is it by coincidence I have the number one martial arts blog? No. It is not. I methodically have cultivated that. Cool? Go ahead and go back to the website, sir. So at your website, the big thing I want you to grab upon is having good content is relevant, right? Go over to the About Our Instructors page in the About Us, Marco. I was talking to a guy today. He says, can I just go to Marco Muscles and tell him I want your website? I go, oh, well, yeah, but that's not smart. So somebody said, nobody gives a crap about your About page. Nobody cares who you are. All they want to know is what's in it for them. Is that a relationship you want to be in? No. I want to believe that a consumer that's going to entrust his child to me, a consumer that's going to come to me to want to feel good and manage their stress, this is just added benefits, added value. Keep scrolling. So we talk about me, my team is there. My whole team is there. We just reshot these pictures, right? The whole team is there. Everybody's there. Okay. And that's important as well. So we talked about reviews. We talked about the About page. We talked about the blog. We talked about the gallery. We talked about everything above the fold. Okay. And it's super important that whatever information is here will be at my Google page as well. Oh, he's got to fix that. See, we're always updating. This should have awards all the way across the bottom. If you look at our homepage, Marco, the awards go all the way across. All the way across. But again, we're a work in progress. We're constantly, there it is. See, we just haven't gotten to all the pages. We just updated that recently with more awards. Again, social proof. You can go ahead and get out of the website, Marco. All right. So, I know, right? Reps, repeated excellence predicts success. Oh, that's cool. Repeated excellence predicts success. Sounds good. Just do the damn work, James. Do the damn reps. And so with that said, when Google crawls my website, if I haven't done anything to it, I'm going to rank lower. Google loves new content. Write it down. Google loves new content. Write it down. Do I need to say it one more time? Google loves new content. You know, again, in speaking to a school owner today, he hadn't updated his website ever. Ever. That is not good. I went in the other night, and you'll love this exercise. I went to my pre-K and kinder page because we're not converting as high as I believe we should. So I think we need to communicate better what they're getting, right? It's a parenting class, kids and parents. And I can't tell you how many times people come in and they're shocked that they have to get on the mat with the kids. Marco, find my Excellent Kids page really quick. I'm going to share why. So with that said, God, I could spend a whole hour on a damn website. This might have to be 2 parts. And if it's 2 parts, we'll make it 2 parts. Okay. So Marco, pull up my Excellent Kids page. So one of the things I'm going to change on this, it's going to read pre-K and kinder in the menu tab. The program, it says Excellent Kids 3 to 5. I want it even clearer. It's going to say pre-K and kinder. As you scroll down, Marco. So what I did, let's look at this right away. Keep going, keep going. Of course, the header. I want to work on the above the fold. I think it needs some love. But here you go. Parenting pre-K and kinders has its challenges. Scroll a little further and stop right there. So looking at this first slide, what I did is the header Market Muscles had was kind of cool, right? It was okay, but I knew it was on everybody else's website. So I took the header, and this is where ChatGPT is very cool. I plugged it into ChatGPT, and I said to it, please make this more appealing for a mom in the 94030 area code. That's the Millbrae area code. See, because I think the big problem with a lot of what you adopt for Facebook ads, Google ads, they're practices designed for products that are worldwide and stuff like that. You're only trying to own the 3 to 5 mile radius of your brick and mortar location, correct? So some of the tactics at Facebook in designing ads and stuff are centered around a product you're trying to sell worldwide and stuff. It's not what you're trying to do. It simply isn't. So when I plugged in that header, parenting pre-K and kinders has its challenges. That's what's appealing to a mom in Millbrae. Then I went deeper. I went a mom with a 6-year-old kid. Then I went deeper, a mom who's a stay-at-home mom. Then I went deeper, a mom who works, a job, on and on. So I was gathering data to find words that create emotional connection. And I think the one Market Muscles had was something like can be stressful, parenting, a kid can be stressful or something like that. And I want more positive words. And that's why words like challenges, because we want to come up with a solution, is more empowering. So even the copy, you can take all that copy that sits right there, right? And I rewrote it, then I ran it through ChatGPT. That's how micro, there's macro and micro levels that you can get when it comes to it. But again, look at that picture now. Does it say parenting class? All day. Scroll to the next one. Growth with every class. That's a big word here, growth. Even child's development wasn't working. So growth. I like it. Scroll on a little further. I like this picture because it teaches children to be socially assertive, but I'm even going to change out this picture and put a parenting, a parent and a kid in the class, because I don't want any second guessing. But martial arts teaches kids to be socially assertive, right? That's powerful here because we say that all the time. The misconception is martial arts teaches kids to be aggressive. No. We teach them to be assertive, which means they'll stand up to bullies and all the rest. Okay? Next one. Clear as day, kid and parent. Martial arts teaches kids to positively process frustration. Now, what was there before was something like martial arts teaches your kids to deal. I don't like the word deal, right? It's yucky. So again, for our area code, process, that works here. Process, right? We have more PhDs per capita. I would believe in another part of Company, deal might work really well. Deal with it. See, on and on. That's how in depth you can go. Okay? Keep scrolling. Now, stop right there. Okay, so we have two pictures here. So I just want to talk to you for a minute. Can you show me both pictures, Marco? The one of the girl and the mom, and then the one above it. Okay, we have two distinct pictures here. Now, if you just had to guess off the top of your head, which one was taken by a photographer that charged me $2,000 and which one was taken by me? Yeah. Any ideas? Right? It's not easy. And that's the point. The point being is you buy a decent camera, an SLR. If you got a good, Apple 15 upper left pro photographer. Yeah. Nope, you're wrong, Conrad. I took that picture. No, I didn't. You're right. Upper is the pro photographer. But you've seen this picture a million times, so I bet subliminally you know that. The average person will not be able to tell the difference, especially on a cell phone. Done day. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Because if you're not updating your content at your website with new content, you are not going to rank as high. Look it up. If you have new content at your website consistently, just change a header, just add a picture. And I can't wait to schedule in a $2,000 photographer all the time. So I bought myself a good Canon EOS. And if you look at it, you can't tell the difference on a cell phone. You cannot. But composition's important. All of it's important. So one more. Go to the youth karate page. Let's see if Conrad's really good. Okay, scroll down. Let's see. We got two pictures we can look at here. I'm going to get Conrad today. You got that one there. And what's the next one after that? And you got that one there. Okay. So you got the kid getting the certificate, Conrad. We'll call that B photo. Okay. And go to A photo, the one above it. A photo, professional photographer, or B photo, professional photographer. Which one, Conrad? Come on, Conrad. A photo, professional photographer. B photo, professional photographer. And this is going to be a 2-part series. That's why I'm not rushing through this, okay? Nope. I took a photo. I took it the other night. I got Conrad. There you go. I took that one. This is the professional photographer. Yeah. See? So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But the goal is I have good teachers. And I have really good teachers, right? I got good teachers. All right. So go ahead and get out of the website for a minute. So in talking to a school owner today who's never updated his Market Muscles website, that was the conversation. How often do you update the photos? I don't. How often do you go in and add a blog? I don't. How often do you use the pop-up feature in Market Muscles when you can do a pop-up with a special or an event or something? I don't. Okay. Do you use the Market Muscles TV? I don't. Just the simple action of me going into the Market Muscles TV on the back end and updating it. Again, there's action going on. So you constantly want to update your website. Yep. Right. Right. And that's why I like working with Market Muscles, the ease to do that, the customer support if needed. It's all there. Because the main philosophy when we discuss social media, whether you're a big influencer, or you're Mr. Beast, or any of those people, right? You have to constantly produce content. Why? Why? Right? Because if you're not producing new content, those eyes will go somewhere else. Right? Talk to another school owner. All he did was start posting YouTube videos of him doing jujitsu techniques. And he started getting new students. Duh. Right? You don't market one way to 70 people. You market 70 ways to 70 people. Should you have a YouTube channel? Yes. We do with our curriculum videos. Should you have a Google business page? Yes. Should you have a website you're updating constantly? Yes. Should you have a Facebook friends and family page for your existing students and families? Yes. But should you have a Facebook business page? Yes. They behave differently. Should you have an Instagram page? Yes. Yes. TikTok, not my thing. I don't like it. I think the government's going to ban it. So I personally do not engage in TikTok. And it looks like what's happening, the government is going to ban it, right? Because of the whole relationship with China. I get it. I get it. And the average mom is still bouncing between Instagram. More moms are on Instagram now than Facebook, but they cross all the time, right? So not a big deal. So you got it on your website. Any questions about your website? Yes or no? Good. So now let's talk about your Google business page. Tell me, all of you have claimed your Google business page. Put it in the comments if you have claimed your Google business page. And what that means is you went there, you saw your listing at Google that's just there organically, and you claimed the business. Because if you claim the business with an address and everything, Google will send you a postcard in the mail. I kid you not, right? A snail mail, as old school as that is, they want to know legitimately your brick and mortar address exists. You get the thing in the mail. It's got a little verification code. You go back, you enter the verification code, and now you own this Google business page. Tell me, own it. Be accountable. Who's done that? Come on. Help me out. Nobody's willing to say anything? Good. You own it. Thank you, Conrad. Marco, go ahead and pull up my Google business page. Yeah, this is going to be a 2-session thing, okay? Because I'm not rushing through this. I really want you guys to get this, because I'm just perplexed. When I talk to owners, I haven't updated my website. I haven't done anything with my Google business page. I'm scratching my head, losing my freaking mind. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so you've claimed your Google business page. Everybody has done that. You have? Yes. Okay. So there's little things that come along with that. Do we have the 5 stars anywhere there? Or stars, Marco? Yeah, it's real small for me on this screen. And I don't have my glasses on. There you go. So if you're searching for martial arts in San Francisco, one of the first things you want to do is get your 5 stars. I think, and you might Google it, Marco. It may have changed, but I believe it's a minimum of 9 5-star reviews to where in the left-hand side, when your people are searching, your name will pop up. Your 5 stars will be under it. I don't know if they've reformatted it. Can you scroll down, Marco? Is there anything on the left-hand side with the stars? Or are those all gone now? And they sit on the right under your Google business page. Yeah, so that may be true. Maybe that's changed. But you see our stars, right? They're there. So you want those stars. Again, added value. Another one, you see the exterior shot. Can you put the little arrow on that if you can, Marco? We have an exterior shot. Duh. And it's a 360, right? Man, you guys, I'm telling you, the other day I was sitting there going, I wonder why Google wants an exterior shot. Why does it say best practices under Google? You're going to rank higher. Does anybody know why you rank higher if there's an exterior shot? And this is Millbrae. San Francisco is very similar. Can you tell me why? Anybody know why? And you know, remember, I've been in business 24 years in San Francisco and Millbrae for 10. And when I gathered this the other day, I was kicking myself in the butt going, that freaking makes sense. It makes sense, right? Why is it that an exterior shot on your Google business page is a good day? And it's also at our website too now. Trust, good answer, Conrad. Good answer. It's at the bottom of our webpage too when you click on the location, San Francisco or SF. When you get a chance, go look at that, right? I'm going to tell you why. Very simple. More people have driven by my schools than they've ever been in it. San Francisco, we figure, it's like 40,000 people a day. You know, it's such a busy thoroughfare. Have driven past One Martial Arts. And they've never been in the school. So you have an exterior shot like this. Guess what? It's familiar right away. But if I start with an interior shot, I'm going to know what the hell is this? Isn't that a trip? So now we're testing some ads with Kin, which I have the luxury to do. And I'm going to tell you, this is a good thing. I'm a guinea pig for Kin. We're experimenting on different ads. But one of the ads I said, let's start with an exterior shot. You know, like a furniture store or anything else. Let's do it in our Facebook ad. Exterior shot, go in the front door, cut to the class. Just something as basic as that. I believe more people go, hey, I've seen that place, versus you open with an opening scene of a class training. I've seen that place. There's no, you see what I'm saying? So make sure that on your Google business page, you do the exterior shot. Okay. Then another thing at Google is make sure on your map, you have the little pin. That little pin. Can you see the map anywhere, Marco? There it is. It's above the exterior picture. See it? Yeah. Little Google map, right? With the pin on it. There you go. Please make sure that's happening. Google, you know, this is how Google is running their businesses now. It's running through the maps. They changed it a while back. I don't know the exact terminology, but so you want to make sure your Google map is there and it's updated and it's accurate. You know, all of it's there. All of it's there. Because again, I got to be able to get to you. If I can't get to you, it's not a good day. So again, Google likes that. See, the native environment of Google, if you respect it and you work with it, you're going to rank higher. And just like I said, your website has to have dynamic, new content. So does your freaking Google page. You with me? All right. Now, go into photos, Marco. Photos is another one. I know you guys are going, man, Brandon's nuts, but I'm not. Okay, in photos, find the photo of the group class, Marco. There's a famous photo that we've used forever. Keep going. It's the one with everybody from the back, from the front desk. Yeah, you might have to scroll. It's one of the older ones. Yeah, but it's a big group shot in San Francisco from the backside. And I think I've put it here too. Or you might have to go into the San Francisco one. Is this Millbrae or SF? Anyways, long story short, this one photo has like 40,000 views now. 40,000 views. 40,000. 40,000. Let me see if I'm close to that. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's a big group shot. You can just see the backside of everybody. It's like from the front desk. See if you can find that. So you need to update photos all the time. I'm always batching photos because it shows content. It shows the business is alive. It shows stuff is going on. Yeah, it's not that one. They're all in a horse stance punching towards the mirror. It shows stuff's going on. So you need to treat your Google business page like you would your Facebook page, right? You need to do that. So we're always batching photos at our Google business page. We're always posting updates. We're always posting offers. We're always, looking at things. Like the other day, I found out our hours weren't accurate at the website as it was at our Google business page. Because, you'll change one thing and forget to change the other. That happens all the time. That alone creates distrust. If you say you're open on Saturday and all of a sudden you're closing on Saturdays, you didn't update it across all the platforms, you're going to get dinged for that because it builds distrust. You with me? Who's with me on that? Right? Doesn't it make sense? It does. So one thing you can do right now is go through all of your social media stuff and make sure your operating hours are complete. That one. Yeah, that one with the back. Click on that. Can you see how many views we've had for that, Marco? And if it's there, post it in. There's somewhere where it tells you how many people have looked at that photo. What's it say? Can anyone put it in there? Because I'm blind without my glasses. And I can't see that even with my glasses. It's so small. But this is one, and it's so funny. And I'm going to tell you why. How success leaves clues. This is probably one of our most viewed photos. Guess what? Guess what Market Muscles wanted to use for our website? This photo. Guess what Kin Creative wanted to use for one of our ads? This one. Isn't that a trip? Isn't that a trip? So success leaves clues. Tell me, how many views are on that, Marco, if you can figure that out? So again, you want to do updates all the time. All the time. You want to update. And of course, reviews. Get those reviews. You want to have triple-digit reviews. That's at least 100 reviews. At least 100 reviews. So create a link, ask for a review. It's on the back end of your Google business page. Can anyone put in the comments how many people viewed this photo? Can you find it, Marco? Because it tripped me out. It tripped everybody out. I don't know why. It is what it is. We have a QR code we got through DigiFeel. And people can come in, they scan it with their phone like any other QR code, they're right to the reviews page. We have one for Millboy, we have one for SF. They behave totally differently. Get your reviews up. And then as you see, there's updates, reviews, photos, all those different things should be happening actively at your website. At your Google business page. You with me? Everybody with me? And then, of course, if your website is happening with new content all the time and your Google business page is happening all the time, right? You can organically rank without having to pay. There's even been a philosophy that's going around that a lot of people will scroll right past the paid ads. What? They'll scroll right past the paid ads. Why? Because they know you're paying to play. It's that simple. It's not that you're a great business or not a great business. You're up top because you pay for it. It doesn't build trust. It does not build trust. So there's actually a school of opinion that a lot of people will scroll right by the paid ads. Yeah. Is that the one? I might have posted this picture several times over the years, but the first one we posted has like over 30,000 views. And post it in the comments when you find that, Marco. So these two things alone, and if you're working with Market Muscles and you're working with your Google business page, are going to help you rank better. Of course, you're going to get more leads. And then here's another step we took that I didn't point about our website. On every one of our landing pages, we have a video that you can watch. And it kind of just tells the story of the program, whether it's camp, after school, excellent kids, youth karate. That is something we added via Kin Creative. Why? Because if you look at a Facebook ad and then you go to our page and you can look at a short clip on this program that tells a story that is similar to that Facebook ad, we believe it builds trust, right? Nothing worse. And this is why you got to update this stuff. I had a commercial playing in San Francisco that must have been 15 years old. I looked like a youngin'. And then you see this Facebook ad where I narrate the first few seconds and you see me, this older, more distinguished gentleman, right? And then you go to the website and you see some commercial that's 15 years old. Not a good day, folks. But now if you go look, everything's updated. And again, it's a work in progress. I know this is overwhelming and this is a lot of stuff to look at, but I encourage you, watch this video, today's show of Success Never Sleeps, again and again and again. Just what I've told you, from trust is the last true form of marketing. You earn trust through consistency. Develop your brand and your purpose and your core values, right? And your why. And then fuse it into every element of your digital media presence. But that's not enough. You have to back it up with every thought, word, and action in your school. Nothing worse than to use some AI generated pagoda of the Matrix from the first Matrix, right? And some six-pack ab dude or kid with a Superman, cape on. And then you turn around and go to your school and it's in some strip mall with jigsaw puzzle mats. It's not cool. It's better that you tell a real story, an authentic story that people know from day one. This is what you're buying. So when they come into your school consistently, it's the same. Hey, you had some spokesmodel. You are not Flo from Progressive Insurance. Please stop it. You are not Flo, right? You are not buy some chicken at Popeye. You're not that woman. You are a mom and pop business. They're going to come to you. You're going to serve them personally, and you want to own the 3 to 5 mile radius. You with me? And that's why some of the marketing tactics, please. But I am huge on studying the big boys like Apple and Disney and Nike, who control the narrative fiercely, who protect their brand fiercely. I'm all for that. Cool? So just that, and then leading into your website, start cleaning it up now. Go into your Google business page, start cleaning up now. Those two things alone are going to get you going, okay? But none of it will happen if you don't have a clear purpose. Ours is live your best life, right? I can fuse that in everything. It's at my website. It's at my Google business page. Even when we take a picture, do they look like they're living their best life in that? At least we have, a target to aim for with everything we do. Staff training. Oh, I have a new idea. Does it help people live their best life? Does it help our team live? Well, I don't know. Then table it. Come back to me when you can tell me definitively this new idea will help our team and our students and families live their best life. And if it does that, I'll entertain a conversation. At least, you mitigate a lot of that. That's why when I walk into a school, why do you have a picture of Bruce Lee up there? Well, he's my hero. It has nothing to do with your brand or your school. Stop it, right? I go to your social media page. You have a meme of a kitty. Meow. I'm going, why is this at your freaking website? At your social media page for your school. I thought it was cute. It has nothing to do with your brand or your why. I hope this resonates with you, because digital media is here to stay. And the more you understand it, the more you know how it behaves, the more you can leverage it. You at least position yourself organically as a business that people can trust, which creates an emotional connection. So if and when they are ready to buy, they will come to you. Or go with AI generated Santas during Christmas and somebody's blog you're going to rip off, right? Or some AI generated blog and you're going to put your name on it, right? And use a generic website you're never going to update or change. Do it. Devalue your purpose, your brand, and everything about you, and watch how short-term those results are. That is why with most digital media companies, not all, we go through 3 months with them, get a lot of action up front, and then after 3 months, everything dies. Because it's not a relationship. It's strictly a numbers game that's driven by generating you leads. That's it. I want leads. I say it all the time. I don't want leads. I don't want trials. I don't want students. I want relationships. So this is part 1. We haven't even hopped into Facebook or Instagram or the rest, but you got a lot of work to do. You agree? Who agrees you got a lot of work to do? Go back and watch this. Share this one with as many school owners as you can. It helps us not be held prisoner by digital media companies, but more importantly, if I'm going to choose a digital media company like Kin Creative, who I worked with as a consultant through my wisdom program for a year before I decided to partner with them and become part of Kin Creative, I see the writings on the wall. If we don't learn to understand this really, really well, we're always going to be a mediocre business at best. But I know word of mouth is the best way to get new business, but I'm not going to market one way to 70 people. I'm going to market 70 ways. And just like at one time in history, Yellow Pages was the end all be all. Guess what? Digital media is the end all be all for that platform. Cool. Let's thank our sponsors: Tucson Market Muscles, My Studio, Kids Love Life Skills, LC Accounting. I love you. If you're not using their services, I use all 5 of these companies actively. All 5 actively. I think they'll benefit you more than you can imagine. But if you're not using them effectively, just like I shared with our Market Muscles website, you can't blame them for your inadequacies, for your lack of education. Okay? Don't blame them for that if you're not using the Market Muscles TV. Don't blame them if you're not using a blog. Don't blame My Studio because you're not using the automations. So when a trial clicks through, after they take the trial, they get really good automated messages encouraging them to sign up. There's so many things. And if you understand the value, then you'll invest in the right type of learning. And that's what I'm all about. Where are you going to be? Those of you on the East Coast or close to Canada, May 25th through 28th, It's Time Live Canada. 20 school owners for 4 days. We'll take like 60 people for the 2-day. Get signed up now. Hotels are available. Everything's there. Get signed up now. The link is in the comments. Then, of course, in November, It's Time Live Purpose. Ooh, I love it. To come on my turf and spend 4 days with me is awesome as well. All right, It's Time Group Mentoring. We're in month 2. Each month we do a different topic, right? This month it's about perfect timing. Define your values and vision. Me and the team, Marco, Jason, Monique, all working together to help you. It's a month-to-month program. So your commitment is as far as you want to take it. This month, we're defining values and vision deeply. But the neat thing about it is we also take a look at the overview of your school. So while we're working on values and vision, we have people decluttering right now, right? We have people working on their carousel and getting the right handouts. We got people rebranding. There's a lot of elements that go into that. It's affordable. We created it because I want to reach more people and help more people. Look for the link of that in the comments as well. Cool? I am Brandon Beliso. This is Success Never Sleeps. I am you. And somebody said that what I like about you is that you still teach. What I like about you is that you're still at the pulse of your schools. I think that's important. I believe I can offer you real-time information that's more actively well-versed. I don't want to talk to somebody that owned a school 3 years ago because everything's changed. I don't want to talk to somebody that should have, would have, could have decades ago and owned a school. That is not where I'm at. I think for our industry, you need somebody at the pulse, in the mix, just like you, still feeling a broken heart when the student leaves, still dealing with a challenging parent, still dealing with all of those things. I know you because I am you. I'm Brandon Beliso. This is Success Never Sleeps. Until we talk again, what are you going to go out there and do? Live your best life.